I mean, what I also wanted to talk about is the bare knuckle fighting championship. So I want you to take away from this because you were filling me in on this a little bit. It kind of went under my radar actually. I saw that we saw some impressive fights. I think we also saw is it Julius Lane? I think he was he was at the weigh-ins and screaming at his opponents. And I'm not too sure how that went with that fight. However, I know that we had a little bit of post-fight controversy. And there were a few punches thrown between some active fighters and non-active fighters. So I want you to take it away because I don't quite understand the whole situation. And let's see what you think.
Well, it was, first of all, like bare knuckle fighting is completely different to just our typical, sorry, I got to take the headphones off. It's completely different to our, oh God, sorry, switch back. Sorry, it's completely different to, just standard boxing. There's a lot more man swinging. There's a lot more get cut up, and there's, it's kind of really brutal to watch. But I also got to respect the chins that these guys have. So, Thiago, former UFC fighter Thiago Alves was
Thiago Alves.
Alves, yeah, he became a bare knuckle fight champion after he defeated Uli Diaz, so becoming the midweight title. But what everyone's got eyes on right now is the inauguration of Hector Lombard into the bare knuckle fight club, because Hector Lombard's fought in multiple organizations, and what happened was he fought for the cruiserweight title against Joe Riggs. Now, after that, Lorenzo Hunt came into the into the ring to do a bit of a promo, and then he sort of, I wouldn't say he kind of got in Hector Lombard's face, and then straight away from there, he literally just started swinging at him, and then they had a little bit of a scuffle, and then, but the idea that people the idea that the whole thing was a little bit controversial is because Lombard won while after landing a clean punch to the eye, but as a result, Riggs could not continue because he could only see out of one eye. So it was a win by doctor stoppage, but a lot of people arguing that the fight could have gone on and that Joe Riggs was actually kind of winning the fight, but also we got to understand that Hector Lombard is actually undefeated right now in Bare Knuckle Fight Club, 3-0. So it's a good thing. And now that he's the welterweight champion, he set up the next fight. But it was a bit strange because it's not really often that fights in the ring happen like that, especially straight away. So I feel like it was a little bit. I don't know. I feel like it was a little bit silly to do, really, because he didn't. What's his name? Lorenzo Hunt didn't even have his hands up. He just wanted to come in. Obviously we're going to start talking a bit of shit, but I didn't think it was going to have to come to blows that quickly. But that's all really I can say. Considering they thought they were going to go straight away to Lorenzo Hunt, even though Joe Riggs didn't actually only lost the fight by doctor stoppage. So. But in Bare Knuckle Fight Club, those things happen because then again, we're fighting without gloves here, But one thing I thought was also really, really impressive was UFC ex MMA fighter Julian Lane. He won his fight. He was screaming at the weighty, "Let's bang, bro! Let me bang, bro!" I think that's become something of his trademark, pretty much. So yeah, what did you think?
I mean, it's very cool. I really like bare knuckle fighting. Obviously, without having 4-ounce or 8 or 10 or 12 or even 16-ounce gloves, you see a lot more bloody fights. You're seeing a lot more cuts and bruising, and it's brutal to watch. I mean, one of the biggest fights, the anniversary of it, I think was about what was it, two years ago that. I think 2 years ago it was Artem Lobov versus Paulie Malignaggi the other day. And obviously, you got to respect the GOAT, taking an ex-boxing champion out of the ring. I think it's really cool that some ex-UFC fighters like Adam Lobov and some ex-boxing stars can then transition to bare knuckle boxing, and then it was cool. It was cool. I quite liked watching Lobov piece up Malignaggi and win by decision. That's always a really good one in my mind, and I think it's really cool that more fighting championships are actually taking place and they're a little bit more interesting. I've seen quite a few pop up recently. So we've got bare knuckle boxing. I think I saw a Russian version, and it's like, and it's King, I think it's called King of the Streets, which means they it's bare knuckle, no wraps or anything like that. They meet anywhere and anytime. It's obviously unsanctioned bouts and things like that, but it's just another version of mixed martial arts or just boxing in general. And then we've also got Jorge Masvidal. He started his own Gamebred fighting championship, and as well as something that came out today is Showtime Pettis. So he's now 0-2 at PFL after transitioning after his win, his last win in the UFC. And it hasn't been going so well for him in the PFL. However, he started up his own fighting championship as well. So it's actually Showtime Fighting Championship. So there's a lot of ex-UFC stars, not only just transitioning to different sports like boxing, like Ben Askren, or transitioning to bare knuckle boxing, but they're also producing their own fighting championships in different MMA promotions. So it's cool. Like I really like bare knuckle boxing, and I like that it's starting almost like it's getting more hyped up fights in their own respects. I think that's really cool.
More brutal form, more bloody form of fighting, and not even that, but they're attracting the right kind of stars. Like their next card is going to be between Paige Fanzat against Rachel Ostotovich, and like they know how to market them, obviously, because the amount of followers they have on Instagram is insane. So they're in this as well to get get the pay-per-views, and they know how to get those pay-per-views by getting the right matchups. So the way that the promotion is going about, it's in the right direction,
Mm-hmm.